Hello everybody, B Junior here on the B Junior's Movie Cave on the Endurance Productions YouTube channel. Coming to you today with a little update video. I got a couple multi-packs in from Scream Factory / Shout Factory, and I wanted to do a brief overview of those movies and what I think of them, transfer-wise, that type of thing. Before I get into that, sad to report, I felt a need to tell all my convention-going buddies I will not be attending the Mad Monster Party coming up this weekend. Sadly, we've had a family emergency and I will not be able to attend. I'll try to catch up with you guys later on this year, maybe at Scarefest or some of the other shows. Just one of those kind of situations it was unforeseen, but in life you got to do what you got to do. I'll just leave it at that. Sorry, dudes. But I am still kicking and I'm just passing the time. We're trying to get our plans together, and because of that, my wife has went into work for a little while and it's left me with a little bit of time. I thought I'd squeeze in a quick overview video, if anything, to get my mind off things and just kind of employ the neurons, if you will. What I got in the mail the other day is not so much bargain basement, but some multi-packs that have come out in recent months from Scream Factory and or Shout Factory. Same company, guys. But I wanted to go over these and kind of tell you what I found out along the way. These caught my eye, and I just wanted to try them out. This is a two-disc, four movie multi-set from Scream Factory that's been put out under their little logo there. Of What's the Matter with Helen, The Vagrant, The Godsend, and The Outing. Yes, that's right. All four titles have the word "the" in it. Anyway. Just a kind of a brief overview. These are not collector's editions in any way. This is not these are DVDs. They're not Blu-ray. They're probably not even Blu-ray worthy movies, in my opinion. But they're just good time passer type films on a lazy Saturday afternoon. If it's a lot of rain, you just want to watch some goofy horror or just some rip-off horror, whatever the case may be. You could probably do worse. This set right here cost me, probably shipped, around $6 from Amazon. I didn't think that was too bad at all, so I just went and got it. And just about anything Scream Factory, I'm gonna try at least give it a try first. They've done a couple of these multi packs. I don't know whether they're trying to test the waters on some of their lackluster titles they're putting out under that logo. But Scream Factory, as you know from some prior videos and just the buzz around the internet, that they are kind of the anchor bay of the day today, putting out the collector's editions that you would want. Much on par, or if not better than some of the Blue Underground, other companies of the nature that have served us well in the cult movie community in the years past there. What we have in this set, as I said before, is three of these films, this one, and this one, are all in anamorphic widescreen. Quality varies on these a little bit. The Outing is, of course, a full-frame movie, and I'm guessing from the way it was framed when I watched the film, it was a real low-budget, cheapy little monster movie flick, slasher-esque kind of movie. And I'm guessing it was shot full frame for probably the home video market back in the day. But oddly enough, I've never watched any of these films whatsoever. I had What's the Matter with Helen in an old MGM Midnight Movies double feature, but I never watched it. I bought the disc for some other movie, and I just never took time to watch it. Plus, it was, I think, in a non-anamorphic format, too, so I took in a viewing over the last few weeks, last couple of weeks, whenever these came in, just off and on, watched these films. Like I said, they're not going to be movies that you're probably going to be like demo quality or anything like that you want to get out and show off to your friends or anything. What's the Matter with Helen was an okay film. It's a little, removed from my generation. It is a black and white film with Shelley Winters and I think Debbie Reynolds in the lead roles. Not much to say about it. Just didn't really care for the film. It's not something I'm going to return to. I wouldn't call it a classic, but if you can catch it on like Turner Classic Movies or something like that, that's probably where I would view the film first. If you've never seen it before, I wouldn't run right out and buy the cow. The Vagrant, an odd little early 90s horror comedy / thriller film with Bill Paxton in the lead role, and has supporting characters played by Michael Ironside and a few other notable character actors of the day. You'll notice their faces, if not their names, or vice versa. The Godsend, it was a pretty above average, or at least an average As you can tell from the cover art there, it's basically an Omen, the Omen clone, or an Omen ripoff, basically. An odd little woman happens upon a countryside home and family and stays just long enough to have her baby, and guess what? The baby is not quite the ideal child you would want to have in your family. Hijinks ensue. I won't ruin it. The Outing, probably pound for pound the most enjoyment, right up there with The Vagrant. I liked all three of these films pretty good. I'd probably revisit these on kind of a marathon kind of night or late night movies when I don't have anything else to watch. But The Outing was basically a kind of slasher-esque kind of horror monster movie about a genie. Yes, a genie in the lamp. I did say that. But I like the cover art. That's like classic 80s painted art right there. The Outing, yeah, pretty cool. I enjoyed these films for what they are. There's a little shot of the back. No real special features to speak of on any of these releases here. I'll give you a little shot of the inside. But as always, they have the uniform blood-dripping covers as the other DVD releases I've gotten from them in the past. No reversible cover art, but they do have some, looks like one-sheet art behind the... they throw you a bone. That's what I like about these little companies like this. Give you some stills from the movies, that kind of thing, some credits. So if you do want to reverse it, you can. It's not a big deal. Just to give you something else you can play around with. All in all, not a bad little release for $6 for movies. If you like anything horror or just want something different to watch, I say pick it up, guys. Scream Factory's doing some good stuff. If anything, stick to their collector's edition Blu-rays, but if you just want some cheapy horror, I'd pick that one up in a heartbeat. Here's one from Shout Factory. Now let me go ahead and just say, I've noticed this with Shout Factory and Scream Factory. I don't know what their criteria is on how they decide what becomes a Scream Factory release versus just a straight Shout Factory release, even though it's the same company. It really doesn't matter. It's all about marketing. But this one was released under the Shout Factory. It's an action-packed double feature, kind of centering around Peter Fonda and car chases, that type of thing. Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry, and Race with the Devil. I'd seen Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry back in the day when I was in my Dukes of Hazzard phase growing up, and they had it at the video store, an old VHS. We watched it one weekend. That's the only time I've ever seen it. Great car chases in that film. Hokey dialogue, though. It's total 70s car chase all to the max, man. I really bought this set for Race with the Devil, which in my opinion is a horror movie. It's an action-based horror movie, though. Co-starring Peter Fonda and Warren Oates, and some supporting roles in there as well from different people that you've probably seen in other films. Race with the Devil is basically a film about two vacationing couples getting a big old Winnebago, which was the thing to do back in the day. Go out to the countryside. They finally find a place to relax. Lo and behold, it's right next door to a satanic cult holding a ritual in which they kill a virgin. Well, after that, as you can imagine, they were sighted during they were seen hiding in the bushes checking out this ritual. And hijinks ensue. I don't want to ruin it because it's one of those kind of tense movies. For a low-budget little actioner from back in the day, it really has a lot of horror movie overtones to it, and that's what I really enjoyed. Dirty Mary Crazy Larry is more of your car chase, Smoking the Bandit kind of movie with CB radios and all that kind of stuff, but Race with the Devil was a decent, what I would consider a horror action slash, kind of a mashup movie, because you never know who the cult members are in the movie. It's very tense. You don't know if they're going to make it, if they're not going to make it. You don't really have any idea. Don't want to ruin the film. I'm not going to say anything else about it. But this one was a little diamond in the rough. It was a surprising first-time experience, even though it's from the mid to late 70s. I really enjoyed it. I'm a big fan of 70s cinema. A lot of people kind of displace that one from their lists or whatever. Usually it's 70s, 80s, some 90s, and then now. I like a lot of the films. A lot of your mid to late 90s films I don't really get into, and early 2000 films. I don't know why, but maybe time will tell on those. Both these films are rated PG, but Race with the Devils, it's probably one of those that should be re-rated nowadays because there's some racy stuff in there, but pardon the pun. But this does sport some special features. It's anamorphic widescreen transfers on both, and the transfers on these are really pretty good for the age of the films. Sports and audio commentary on both discs. Got some good interviews on both discs with Peter Fonda, kind of giving his insight, and Susan George from Race with the Devil, or excuse me, from Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry. You know, other people that were involved with the film. So you don't just get bare bones releases with these. Theatrical trailers, TV spots, and radio spots. Give you a little shot of the inside. It's kind of one of those double discer kind of deals. Got a little pamphlet here on their upcoming, some of their releases there. You get some, they throw you a bone, like I say. They give you some little one sheet art there for your inside covers. Got, yeah, on the back of the cover there, you got some one sheet art again. Got the disc there for Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry, Race with the Devil. There again, remember, Shout Factory, even though it's got the Shout Factory logo and not the Scream Factory, it's the same company. I mean, it's not like you're going to get anything majorly different between the two. It's just that sometimes that's what I don't understand. What I was getting ready to say before is what their criteria is. Sometimes they'll release horror stuff under what I would consider horror stuff under Shout Factory, but then they'll release like sci-fi stuff under Scream Factory, like Life Force or mashup movies. I mean, like I think what was it? Ninja 3: The Domination. It has a small horror tie-in with it. It's a mess of a movie, but they put it under Scream Factory for some reason. To me, that should have been probably a Shout Factory release. But it really doesn't matter because it all comes from the same company anyway. This has been your overview of the Action Pack Double Feature. I say, guys, go to their website. Don't be afraid to look under the Shout Factory stuff too, because there's tons of these great little releases they've got coming out. And being that I'm pretty much a hound of Blue Underground, Shout Factory, Scream Factory, Synapse Films. Nowadays, I'm always a hawk. You know, I'm sitting on my roost, you know, kind of checking out their new releases all the time. I don't get as many screeners as I used to, or I'd be doing more reviews. I don't know whether the companies are just tightening the grasp on the screeners. I've heard through the grapevine that there's going to be less and less physical copies, and that's the reason why. So I say if you're in the market to get some of these, a lot of these, like this one I think is on Blu-ray as well. Have at it, guys, but these older films like this, if I can get them cheap, unless it's like my favorite movie ever, I'm okay with the DVD. That's just always been my philosophy, but if I can get the Blu-ray cheap, you know, I'll buy the Blu-ray, whatever. Good releases, guys. So I'm going to leave you with that, guys. Take care. I'll catch you next time. Rock on. Bye.